Good afternoon and welcome to Audio Tree Live. Today's Friday, December 16th, 2016, and we're excited to have with us today the Kraken Quartet. watching Audio Tree Live. We're in the studio with the Kraken Quartet. What's up, guys? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. This is the last session of 2016, so I'm glad it's you guys.
Thanks for having us.
For sure. Can we talk about the colors a little bit? You said that you sort of arbitrarily threw those 4 colors out maybe at one point, and that you've gravitated towards one of them over time. Have you guys found one of those 4 colors that's like on the EP and sort of like with the name that represents you best?
That's a good question. Yeah. The colors actually came like way back when we were doing our very first show ever.
Okay.
We needed a poster.
Yeah.
And we literally just took the colors off those little decibels that Sean's playing.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah.
Because we thought there was a really distinct instrument and cool little thing.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't get away from them. We liked the way they looked. But we kind of have claimed, like, I always put green on my things.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah.
So you're green.
Purple.
What else? Okay, purple. Yes.
I'm blue.
Yes.
The orange one.
Oh, we were so close. We should have just flipped here. It looks great, though. I love, I'm so excited for when it's cut, and it's going to be like when you're crossed over, you know, you're going to see the colors meeting, but then when it's just one of you, it's so cool that you're behind that. That's great. And so then that symbol, you just feel like, I don't know, kind of embodies the 4 of you, and you've left it because it's obviously very simple, and that's important to you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Anything else on the symbol itself?
It was one of the first symbols that we picked to represent the band. So for that reason, there's kind of like a first reason that we like it.
Sure.
One of the first logos that we had.
Yeah.
So.
And it's just stuck with you from then. Yeah. We were talking a bit, or like I introduced this idea of minimalism, something in music that I guess I'm new to because of Austin showing me Philip Glass and some other people that he likes a lot. I'm curious, I don't know, do you guys consider yourselves part of, like, do you consider yourselves a minimalist group? Do you consider yourselves part of that genre, that, I don't know, that movement in some way?
When we first started and we were all in school together, we definitely played some music by Steve Reich, and we're very influenced by that.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that we're interested in the minimalist aesthetic as a part of the sounds that we take and the sounds that we use. We're not necessarily, this band is not a minimalist band.
By any means.
Might even be like a maximalist band or something like that, you know, but we enjoy those colors, and we enjoy like a lot of, you know, the interplay that especially the marimba and vibe use a lot. And I think that we take that from minimalism for sure.
Cool. Yeah, others on that? You, man, or others?
Yeah, I mean, you'll see some examples today. I think in the 4th tune we're doing, you'll see some vibe marimba textures that are like heavily influenced by the Reich sound.
Got it.
Others like Glass, and so yeah. I mean that kind of has seeped its way into our sound.
Sure.
It's there. I mean, we're not a minimalist band like Sean said, but it's definitely very present in our influence.
Yeah, right. And even in just like the simplicity of the middle part of that last song that has like just, you know, 4 notes going on at any one point, right? So
totally.
Obviously you have a ton of instrumentation, but that style or that aesthetic that you're saying and playing off of. Very cool. Well, again, thank you guys very much for being here, and you can go into your next set when you're ready.
Cool.
You're watching Audio Tree Live. We're in the studio with the Kraken Quartet. Watching all of you, you guys are a little locked in the drum zone, but especially these dudes, it's like watching people work in a kitchen. You're like grabbing something over here and then pocketing it in this slot and then walking over to grab this other thing. I'm curious a little bit about your setup. Are there multiple incarnations of this? Like, have you gone through a bunch of, I don't know, like different variations? I feel like divvying up the responsibilities seems the hardest part to me. Would anyone, I don't know, care to speak on that?
Well, early on, when we started writing our own music, we were kind of just decided I want to play the drums.
Okay.
So at some point, I think Taylor brought something in for us to play, and I was like, I want to play that. I want to play the drums. And then over time, I kind of think we all just like had our setups evolve. Like it was like things we're interested in.
Sure.
You know, I really wanted to play some drums, and I know that like Chris, you know, over there is playing a whole bunch of crazy stuff with like an electric vibraphone with pedals, and like that's just a product of things that have just evolved over time.
Sure,
so it's kind of like a setup that just is kind of always changing and growing with us as we discover new things.
Right on.
Yeah.
Others on that are generally agreed?
Yeah, I think we each have our own main battle axe. Like mine's the marimba.
Okay.
Chris is the vibraphone.
Here's the vibraphone, yeah.
I think we've all decided to expand in different ways that we can reach to hit more interesting things with our setup. But
with that guy, right? Because like this little guy's relatively new. Sorry.
This guy's new. So the marimba's always been here. The synthesizer came afterwards, and then like I said, pretty much anything within arm's reach. And I got an extra space over here, so something's gonna be here soon.
Something's
gonna go over there
soon. If anyone has ideas, you know, submit them.
I'm running out of room for this pipe, so it sits on the marimba. But I think it's cool. The one constant in all of our setups is the floor tom. That was something that we all really wanted to have as a constant from the get-go, and so there's a heavy floor tom influence throughout several songs,
right?
Just for the sake of that being like a part of our brand.
Right on. Yeah, absolutely. About the grip of like when you're holding 4 mallets at once, how do you do that? You hold like one's the thumb. Will you just show me?
So
I'm curious.
the tricky one is the top one, but the bottom one's really easy. You just stick it between your ring finger and your middle finger.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
Here. You kind of hold it like that. You can wiggle it around.
Okay.
Which way. And then you kind of make like a pointer, and you rest this in here, and then you just use your thumb and roll it.
Oh, okay, got
forward.
it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. This is the way we do it.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, you'll see people hold it like this, or all sorts of wacky stuff.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, well then you're super dexterous in like that weird, like the lower palm area of your hands or
Very
something
strange
like that.
muscles to be working on.
Yeah, of course. As far as growing up playing or whatever, were you all percussionists? I don't know, in middle school, high school, stuff like that? Like, did you play in jazz band in high school or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think I started playing drums in like 4th grade
or
something like that.
Yeah,
so I think we all kind of had a similar upbringing, just doing the middle school, high school thing. I know I had like a lot of experience doing the marching band, drum corps thing coming up, and then, I know various other people had different backgrounds, but then we kind of met at Ithaca College in 2009, and we're just kind of drawn to each other as musicians and human beings, and that's kind of where it came to start.
Right on. Yeah. That's not a music school, is it? You were you going there for music?
We all went to the music school, like the music school.
School
at
within
that
the
college.
school. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And to kind of go off like what Taylor was saying, we definitely, I think, all had different upbringings, and I think that is also another part of like what plays into what we're doing here.
Right.
I know. Like when we first met each other, like I basically played drum set, and I know like everyone kind of was doing something similar to what you see now.
Sure.
I mean, we all studied everything like together, so like we can all play everything. But I think we kind of all gravitated back towards the thing that's always been most interesting.
Yeah. Do you ever do a wife swap where like y'all just like shift over one? Like, all right, bro. Sorry, Sean, it's you on vibes today. That probably wouldn't work out because you wouldn't know the parts. Though,
yeah, I
right?
don't know. Yeah, Chris has got some tricky stuff over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing. You guys can roll into your next song when you're ready. That was stupid wife swap. You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Kraken Quartet. All right, you can get geared up to go into the last one, and I'm curious before we get there, just a little bit about dynamics. I think with a setup this large with all these moving parts, you kind of run the risk of muddying up the sound or kind of, speaking over one another. I'm curious, maybe Sean to start, how you achieve that dynamic equality that you have. I feel like each piece is, I don't know, to me it's pretty clear. I can hear a lot of the parts going on, but I feel like that's a tough thing to achieve.
Yeah, that's definitely been something that we have thought about a lot over the years. And when we started, Chris and Andrew played acoustic instruments.
Oh, okay.
Which could not compete with drums.
Yeah, right. They're just going to get drowned out.
Exactly.
Right.
So that was something that was very difficult at the beginning. But they've been using electric instruments with pickups on the bars for the last several years. So they plug in, and that was a big thing. I definitely think that there's some instruments that just, like Taylor's Glockenspiel or my little bells here.
Bell kit, yeah.
Yeah, like there's just a couple sounds that are never going to be able to survive the sound of a drum set,
Yeah, going to get eaten up by it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that we're careful, and we know, like, the delicate instruments are for the delicate parts of the songs, and the songs that the instruments that we can turn up are for the louder parts.
Sure, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Others on that?
Yeah, I mean, like Sean said, one of the biggest things is just being aware when we're writing songs, how we orchestrate things.
Got it.
For us, when we're writing a tune, like the form and the melody and all that stuff is normally set well before we figure out, like, okay, this is the instrument that's going to play that.
At this point,
is who's going to do what.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of it just goes into balancing ourselves in the band and figuring out the best way to get the sound we want without, compromising on instruments.
Right, because you can't just have, like, barreling drums happening if you want those bells to be heard or something that, right? Yeah. When you're speaking of that, I mean, you guys are obviously well trained in music. Do you write, like, sheet music out before you work on it? I don't know. You just said it's all, the form and melody has already been discovered. I'm just curious a little bit more about that.
Very rarely do we write things out.
Okay, yeah.
Sometimes someone will write something out for convenience and, like, send it to everyone, like, hey, here's this idea I have. But normally we just write as a group at the instruments and just keep moving things. We have a giant whiteboard in our rehearsal space.
Yes.
And we're just always writing things, erasing things, crossing things
Yeah.
out.
As far as parts go, you mean, like, this part's not here, whatever. Do you take pictures of it so you know? Or does it just get erased? Okay.
We have, like, 200 photos of whiteboards just on my cell phone.
That's hilarious. It's like, I can't read what that says. Like, it's too blurry or you don't understand what it is.
And it definitely helps if someone brings in, like, an idea. Like, the sheet music thing was tough at first just because it was very limiting and boxing in, and it's like, okay, this is, like, how we want it to sound. And, like, the creativity aspect kind of gets removed when that process happens.
Right.
So, when someone brings in one idea or an idea and then have, like, a, where it might go, that, like, we found more success with that model.
Sure.
And that's kind of been the model that we've been following just as a group writing.
Very cool. Anything else to be said on that? I don't know. You haven't spoken that much. I'll give you. Here's a platform. Speak what you will, man.
I mean, everything's pretty much been covered by these guys. That's our writing process.
Okay, great.
That's what happens.
Very cool. Okay, you guys can get ready to go into your last one. Their debut album, Separate, Migrate, will be released in 2017. So look forward to that, and check out their website for shows. Take it away. You've been watching Audio Tree Live, and we're in the studio with the Kraken Quartet. Thank you guys so much for performing for us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. It's been a great session and an awesome wrap to an awesome year. Thanks to great people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew for making it look beautiful, and viewers, thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading or streaming the session when it comes out next year, and send a shout by social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audio Tree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.